let's teleport to the scoreboard. Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill. And today we are going to take a look at the 3 most popular heavy tanks in the tier 5. I hope you are enjoying this new series, and hopefully this will give you some kind of understanding which tanks are very popular, and maybe you will give it a go for yourself. So without further ado, let's teleport to the third most popular tank in the tier 5, and let's go. And we are in the game. So what do we have? We have a Churchill 3. Churchill 3 in the last 2 months was played 403,000 times. And this is the number 3 slot. Funny fact, the other tank which is going to be in the list has been played 3 times more than this vehicle, so over 1 million of times. This is quite crazy, and you will probably be surprised when you will see what kind of tank we are talking about. So yeah, interesting. Okay, what do we have? So the first things first, we are playing with a Churchill 3, right? And Churchill 3 is a pretty interesting vehicle overall, right? It has no high explosive ammunition, which is quite crazy. 75 alpha damage, 110 millimeters of penetration, 900 shell velocity, and gold ammunition has same alpha damage, 180 millimeters of penetration, and this is pretty good stuff, and it has 1000 shell velocity. So this is very nice thing. Guys, if you want to be in the video, make sure skill gets all the damage. Oh, how kind. Interesting. Okay, so what do we want to do? I do not really think we want to be super aggressive here. I do not see the point why would be super aggressive, especially when you have especially when we have a tier 6 matchmaking, right? And the biggest trouble, the biggest problem of this guy is the Pavlak tank, at least in my humble opinion. There is no need for us to be too aggressive. Okay, Pavlak tank is over there, beautiful. And now we are going to beat the living crap out of the Pavlak tank. Now he is going to understand he made a humongous mistake. I don't care about the Stuart, I truly do not. And here we go. Now we are playing, fellas. And now we are playing, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Good, very nice. And at this point, all we need to do, we need to beat the living crap out of this gentleman. That's all we need to do. Beautiful, he is dead, excellent. Meanwhile, we have a very brave tier 4 Su. Soon you are going to change your mind, buddy. Soon you will change your mind. The thing is, he is tier 4, even though he has a great penetration, I do not really care too much about him. And... Hey, кто? Fellas, how are you supposed to make content? How are you supposed to make content, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? How? That's a good one. Okay, what do we have? We have a Panzer who might try to get a bit involved here, right? So what I would love to say, and what I would love to do, I would love to beat the living crap out of this gentleman, right? This is important thing for us. Meanwhile, Stuart is annoying, but I am feeling still relatively fine. And what do we have? We have a T-34-85. Interesting. And baboon down. I repeat, baboon down. Holy bananas, that was a good one. Oh, even my ears are tearing up a bit, okay? That was a good one. Okay, let's see. What is my goal now? My goal is to farm this guy like there is no tomorrow. We are going to load the full APCRs and we are going to show the dominance over this gentleman. Obviously, he cannot do absolutely anything for us for obvious reasons, right? Even though he's tracking us, it doesn't really change absolutely anything because he is dead. at this point, what I care about, at this point I care about this Stuart. Obviously I want to see him making one or another mistake, but we'll see, time will show everything. And now, let's have a good time. How are you doing? Enjoying yourself? Me too, my man, me too. I'm having pretty good time, thank you very much for asking. Oh, boys, it was absolutely amazing. I still had a tear in my eye. Anyways, so what we are going to do now, all we need to do, we need to make a bit of pressure and we are going to be completely fine. One more thing which needs to be said about the Churchill 3. Churchill 3 is the tank which is getting the most experience from any tank. The experience multiplier is quite crazy on this vehicle, and I believe the best experiences on the server was with this tank. I have no clue how otherwise it would be the case, right? I do not really think, in other words, I don't think any other any tier tank has as good experience multiplier as this tank does, right? This is very important thing to say. And even though 2000 damage in the tier 5 is not epic, I believe this tank will get as a bare minimum 1.6, 1.7 base experience. This is how crazy this tank is, but can you get some use of this somehow? To be fair with you, no, because Wargaming kind of protected themselves and you cannot complete marathon with a tier 5 tanks, right? And this vehicle, even though this vehicle is getting the most experience, it is a tier 5 tank, and since it is a tier 5 tank, it is kind of useless in a way. In other words, tier 5 tanks are not going to make that much profits in the world of tanks, right? This is very important thing to say, and it's just simply not as useful, if I can say so. Meanwhile, we can easily F him up via Cupola, actually gold on, and now we are going to be able to eliminate him from the game, hopefully. I do not really care, even though he is penetrating us a couple of times, I literally do not mind. And at this point we can simply farm the Mr. Su. In fact, this battle can be better than this battle. Yes! Whew. It was close. I almost missed Brother in Arms. Whew. I'm talking too much. Anyways, what I wanted to say about this vehicle, I wanted to say this tank, I forgot what I wanted to say. I was so excited about the Brother in Arms. I apologize, fellas. Well, it happens even for the best of us, I guess. Anyways, does this tank deserve to be in the list? In my humble opinion, yes, it does. I think this tank deserves to be in the list, and soon you will see the base experience, and we are going to say, thanks, mate. Have a lovely day. We need to go, we need to keep up with the video. Pleasure to meet you, and what we are going to do, we are going to check out experience, right? So first class, we have the steel wall, we have the high caliber Brother in Arms Frigate, greetings to you, Cover 2, 2.3 thousand damage, 100 assisting damage, and 1.8 base experience, and this is a first class. I know it might look weird, but this is what this vehicle is all about, and in fact, in the Rus server on my other account, I have my best base experience with Churchill 3, just because this tank is crazy at pumping experience. If you are getting, let's say, 4000 damage, which is doable, it's pretty much 2.5 base experience, which is out of this world, and it is honestly nuts, and it is possible to get it done. Anyway, speaking about the profits, we made only 12,000 profits, considering we completed the mission, right? And this is very important thing to say, because I fired quite a bit of the gold ammunition to that Pavlak tank. Was it necessary? Probably not. I would be fine without this, but we are fine. So this is a Churchill 3 number 3 slot. Meanwhile, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I want to highlight once again index page. I know I am highlighting this every time, but in the same time we have new people who are joining the YouTube channel. So fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, just simply Google Skillful to Index, or alternatively check out the description down below. You can see many things here, aka how tanks are rated, right? You can can see equipment setup of the tanks, you can see field modification setup of the tanks, you can see equipment, you can see skills, you can see mark of excellence requirements, you can see ace tanky requirements, and so on, so on. So many things to be seen here, and I hope you will get some use of all this. So now, without further ado, let's go for a tank number 2, and tank number 2 is going to be an expected one. And we are back, fellas. So the second most popular tank in the tier 5 heavy category in the last 60 days is T1 heavy. I have a feeling this tank is the most popular or second most popular tank for one particular reason, and that particular reason is we have a Yoch tank, so people was grinding experience with this vehicle. This is why I think this tank is in the number 2 position, but once again, it's only me. Now, speaking about what this tank is capable of, this tank is not bad. Yeah, it is chunky, yes, armor is not that great, but this little gun, it is pretty awesome for a heavy tank. So what do we have? We have 128mm of penetration and 800 shell velocity, and plus on top of that we have 177mm of penetration and 1000 shell velocity, right, with a gold. So, Skill, could you please tell me, isn't it a gun from the T67? In fact, by the looks of it, it is. I think this gun is from the T67, at least it looks like it, right? Why you are saying, Skill, this tank is not that bad? Well, the main reason being, tank has quite a bit of the hit points, right? Tank has a decent gun, and it's okay platform. All and all, it is not bad whatsoever, right? This might be not cover 1 in the tier 5. Cover 1 is so much more beginner friendly tank, that's a fact. But it doesn't change the fact this tank is alright, and this tank has good things to offer. So once again, alpha damage is not the best alpha damage in the world of tanks, but it is accurate, right? And to have accuracy in the tier 5 is pretty damn awesome. Mobility is not that bad whatsoever. It is okay mobility wise. Armor wise, you pretty much have no armor whatsoever, especially against the higher tiers, right? This is very important thing to say. Meanwhile, our Pavlak tank is making hardcore pressure, so we are preparing for the Su who will get spotted in the back, and whenever that Su will get spotted in the back, we are going to make sure to punish him. I'm going to shoot quite a bit of APCR ammunition here, just to protect our Pavlak tank in the same time, right? And since the distance is so damn long, I just want to make sure we are not going to mess up. Meanwhile, Su is making a huge mistake, and we are going to make sure he is going to regret his life choices. Beautiful, we eliminated him from the game, and at this point I want to go for a base defense. I think we can easily do so. So, all we need to do, we need to go like this through the bridge, even though I know it is not looking like the smartest option, and it truly isn't. I think our team is winning the game. And what that means when our team is winning the game, if we are going to be very passive, this is not going to be a great situation for us, and we are not going to enjoy ourselves. So we need to figure the way how we can be kind of aggressive and how we can punish enemies in the same time. Meanwhile, we found the Matilda in the middle of the field. Skill, you are sitting sideways. I don't give a flying F. Even though I am a big target, Matilda has very inaccurate gun handling, and he has horrible penetration. So I am feeling relatively fine. We farmed him. Let's teleport to the scoreboard. And we are back after our happy accident. We finished the game, 1.2 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage. We are 6th by experience, we are 3rd by the damage. I wonder how I died after receiving 3 shots, that's quite weird. Probably armor rack or something. We made 17,000 profits, that's nice and that's always welcome. And even though the game wasn't super epic, I must include this to the video for obvious reasons, right? This is World of Tanks for you, and everyone can make a mistake, and there is nothing shameful about that. So here you go, fellas. T1 heavy in action. And next, number one slot, or number one spot, I suppose to say, it has been played 1,358,000 times. Yep, you can guess what tank do we have here. Let's go. And we are back, fellas. Yeah, who could expect that? All-time probably favorite tier 5 tank, extremely friendly for beginners. KV1, obviously a Russian classic. There is nothing to say, there is nothing to add. This tank has multiple gun choices. In fact, we made a video recently about this tank using 3 different guns. And for me, my favorite choice is 160 alpha damage gun, 120mm of penetration and 100 shell velocity, and 161mm of penetration with a gold and 1000 shell velocity. It is not looking bad as a tank. It is completely fine vehicle, fellas, and this tank can work pretty good. Why this tank is so damn loved by community? Because free-to-play players can actually make credits with this tank, especially newer players, if they do not want to spend their bonds on the premium tanks, for example, and overall they are enjoying lower tier gameplay. This tank is a great choice, and the tank is absolutely amazing. It is as good as tier 5 free-to-play tank can get, honestly. This is what I think, and this is my opinion about this vehicle. All in all, I believe a lot of people are in love with this tank because it is extremely friendly for beginners. The gun handling is very, very nice, considering this is a tier 5 tank. Armor is extremely good as well, especially if people are not shooting gold at you, right, which is worth to highlight. Once again, I truly want to highlight the gun handling. Gun handling is awesome on this tank, and you have everything what you could ever want and you could ever need for a tier 5 tank overall, right? So this is what this vehicle has. Meanwhile, not a big surprise, Artas are saying hello, and even though we would not take any damage whatsoever from the enemy tanks, Arta will find a way how to surprise us and how to beat the living crap out of us. Don't get me wrong, I am not complaining. I am very, very used for this, and Bishop for a tier 5 Arta is one of the more powerful Artas in the game. It is very annoying. It has a great rate of fire, and it has extremely good arca, right? So this is the thing. It is worth to highlight, and it is definitely worth to say this. Although, once again, I am not feeling that bad. I believe we can make the things work pretty well, and this is only the start for us. Meanwhile, what do we have? We have Skoda here on the corner. More likely we have Skoda on the corner together with KV1. Brother from my other mother, KV1. Very interesting. He has an advantage because he has an upper ground, so we need to respect that. But in the same time, I would love to spank him once or twice if it is possible, right? So let's see, can we find a decent angle? Meanwhile, M6 is still sitting here, so we are spanking him once. We are not ready yet. We are getting assisting damage. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Okay, we are winning this battle by quite a margin already. At least that's what I want to believe, and we need to figure out how to get a bit more involved if it is possible. Meanwhile, we are going to take this typical bush, and hopefully from this typical bush we will be able to find enemies who are too lazy to move from the spawn. Oh, Mr. Jeff Unexpected, I truly did not saw you there. Obviously, Arta is lazy to move from the spawn. He is not using his keyboard, and he is outplaying us in a way, right? So that's not a big surprise. Meanwhile, we met Excalibur. He is not going to enjoy this battle. In fact, we will try to make him regret his life choices, right? Very nice. That's a great shot for us. Beautiful. beautiful, fellas. And what I want to do, I want to get obviously so much more use. Can we hit this Hellcat one more time? Pretty please. I'm aiming for a Hellcat, and Hellcat is officially dead. Beautiful. We still have an Excalibur here on the corner. Once again, not a big deal. And what I care about M10. M10 is officially dead. Beautiful. Now I am waiting until the Cover 1 will peak. Cover 1 just peaked. That's good. I'm going to try to trade against him. He is still using the stock gun, so we have some kind of advantage against him. And once again, this is a typical Russian heavy tank, Russian classic Cover 1, loved by community, holding the #1 slot for probably forever and ever, speaking about the heavy tank, and this is as good as tier 5 heavy tank will get, especially for free-to-play players. Speaking about the game, awesome performance, we did everything properly, and all this is a great vehicle, fellas. So, without further ado, let's teleport into the scoreboard. And we are back, fellas. We have the first class, we have the steel wall, we have high caliber, 2,400 damage, 4 kills, 600 assisting damage. Very great game. 1.2 base experience, top by the damage, top by experience, and we made 45,000 profits if we are not counting the mission completion, right? All in all, I would say everything went pretty well. I am happy with my performance, and I think we made it work, right? So once again, Russian classic, and just to say the things, this tank has derp gun, this tank has 57mm gun with which you are spamming pretty much full gold, and it has 85mm gun, which is a budget way to play with this vehicle, with the best alpha damage apart the derp gun, right? Now, just to show the things, I am not lying, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see yourself, we have the Cover 1 in the first slot with 1,358,000 games. Second slot, Cover 1 T1 heavy with 1 million games, or 1,009,000 games, and Churchill 3 in the third slot with 343,000 games. Funny fact, the rarest tank by the looks of it is Cover 222 Test. We played with this tank some time ago, and I am very, very well aware of that vehicle, fellas. Only like 20 or 30 people has this vehicle across all servers. That's why this vehicle is in this slot. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying this new content in a way, right? And hopefully all of us can keep up with the best and the most popular tanks in the world of tanks, and maybe in the same time you will have a chance yourself to test the Cover 1 out, or T1 heavy, or Churchill, or any other tank. So thank you very much for watching. That was your daily dose of skill, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.